Well, it's fine. Okay, so we're both actually. I'm recording now, so if you want to start recording, we'll totally go from there, and then I'll figure it out that way.
All right.
Hello, and welcome to the Henry Lovers Podcast. Now introducing your hosts for this hour. Please welcome Mr. Brandon Law and Mr. Michael Collier.
Well, we're live, I guess.
We are live. Well, live-ish. We are
live to you right now.
Yeah, that's right. We are live to each other on Skype, recording on Words. All right. Anyway, so welcome to the Henry Lovers Podcast, the very first episode. And we're gonna get stuff moving here. So, Mike, would you like to do the introductions, or shall I?
Introductions, as in like I'm Mike, and and that's Brandon. Welcome.
That's right.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Off to a great start.
Oh yeah, train wreck right away. Can only go
up
from here.
That's right. That's the optimistic pessimist way, or pessimistic optimist, whatever.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
I want to hear about this song you've been working on. I listened to it a little bit last night, and it's pretty damn good. So.
Okay, cool. So for anybody and everyone who tunes in, I do music and stuff. It's pretty awesome. It's basically what keeps me sane. Some people take hikes and whatever. I scream into a microphone. So
very nicely, I might add too. It's a very pretty scream. So it's good. It's good.
It's definitely a little more refined. You know, I've been doing it since I was 15, so my vocals are basically like trashed otherwise. But whatever. YOLO or whatever. So okay. Anyway, so this song is a total angsty number that I wrote essentially about my dad. That's a topic for another day. But I started writing it like months ago on my 6th string, but then the 6th string broke, and I basically had the intentions to, finish the song. Well, I got the 7th string, and which I can post pictures of and everything.
That's one more string.
Oh my god, dude, it's gorgeous. It plays amazing.
It is gorgeous.
I need to get it like set up a little, but
I mean, the bummer about getting a nice guitar like that is you're gonna scratch it. You're gonna do something.
I don't even know if I care that much, because that's kind of like character. You know what I mean? Like the guitar that I have upstairs, even it played better after the neck came off and I fixed it myself. You know what I mean?
It was so ghetto.
I don't know if you can necessarily play better than this one, but anyway. So
Bill told me the same thing. I dropped my SG, like the strap broke and the nut came off the back, and it just slammed on the concrete and got like a 4-inch long gash along the back. And
yeah.
It's cool now.
Exactly. It makes you want to cry, like, all the butthole puckers and stuff.
Chicks dig scars, right?
Right, exactly. And douchebags. But, all right, so anyway, the song is definitely kind of more of like a punk, hardcore influenced song, but it's also got some kind of like groove type stuff to it. It's really, really cool, and when I'm done with it, I'll definitely post it on the Henry Lovers Facebook page, which we'll link to all of that from the YouTube and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited, man. I'm hoping that I can get it done possibly by this weekend, because really the only thing that I have left to do is a middle section. I just have to record the vocals for that, and it's done. Well, and mixing and mastering and stuff.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
Well.
Let me mute that, and we'll just keep going.
All right, good deal. So anyway, and I'm getting like texts. Why is it that I'm not popular until I'm doing something? I swear to God.
That's just the way it is.
Okay. So all right. Anyway, you have the piece of paper. I totally didn't come prepared.
That's fine.
I'll just play off of you, and if I think of something, I'll blurt it out and probably interrupt you and apologize for it later.
Oh, cool.
So where are we at? What do you got?
I thought we were that's it for the song. Okay. Sorry, I was prepared. My phone is over here just vibrating on the table, and it's slightly distracting. I guess while you've been working on your music, I've been working on being a father. That's
yes.
It's been a big change. Thank you. We had the I don't even know. She went into labor at like 2 a.m. Sunday, and the baby came out at 10:41 Hope that's the right time. I think it is. 10:41 on Monday, so it was just like, I don't know how many hours it was, but I was like no sleep. I made the mistake of staying up all night Saturday playing Xbox, so I went to bed at like 1, and then she goes into labor at 2, so I'm like, oh, I'm just dying because I haven't slept in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, you won't sleep for the next at least 6 years.
No, I'm hoping it gets better, but it will. It will. It's just, you got to wake up every 2 hours to feed the baby, and then you're up, and
Yeah.
and then you try to go back to bed for another 2 hours, and you wake up again. And that's been my life of late. One kind of funny, stupid thing I did. We got a nice bottle warmer. Well, actually, I'll tell this other story first. So, we took Maya to the doctor, right? Because when we checked out, she kind of had lost some weight, which is normal, but she was kind of the higher end of normal. So we go to the doctor, and they weigh her, and they put her on the scale. And when she was born, she weighed 8 pounds 9 ounces. And then when we weighed her on the way out, she was 7 pounds 12 ounces, I believe. So we go to the doctor the very next day, and first off, you can't get like a white guy doctor anymore. It's always, so we get, and no knock against them or anything. Like, they're all qualified. And it's just like, everybody's got some type of accent. You either get like a Japanese guy, and I wish they'd take speaking classes because it's just kind of hard to understand them in the first place. So anyway, we get a Dr. Ado, and he was all right, I guess. But we get weighed, and the nurse weighs Maya, and she comes out at 6 pounds 11 ounces. So she's like lost a pound apparently overnight. And like they're freaked out, and the doctor comes in, and like I'm trying to talk to him to try to figure out what exactly. Hi, Doobie.
Oh, you see him? All right, yeah. He's trying to sneak away and like be all sneaky.
Oh, I caught him. Gotcha.
Yeah, we saw you in the camera. You're gonna get your very own sock puppet now. Congratulations.
Just have a sock puppet walk around the back.
Nah, you're doing it. You're good.
All right. Anyway,
yeah, that's Doobie. Anyway, you're gonna see a sock puppet and maybe not his face. It's a long story. I'll explain.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, so the nurse weighs her. She comes to deck out like a pound lighter, and so I'm talking to the doctor, and the doctor's like, I feel like he's treating me like I'm some like douchebag. Like we had a baby and like didn't know how to take care of it, didn't know how to feed it. We like just threw it in the corner and I was like trying to talk to the guy, and he's like won't talk to me. Like I'm like trying to rationalize how is that possible to lose a pound of weight in like less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
And like. So then he like just storms off and doesn't even come back. Like this other doctor came back who actually looked at her in the hospital. So he like actually talked to us and was like making some suggestions and like, okay, well, we're going to give her formula. And we like didn't want her to drink formula.
Right.
So they like make her drink formula. And then we're feeling like the worst parents in the world at this point.
Yeah.
So we go home and we're just like trying to be really diligent with like making sure she's fed. We were feeding her before, but like it was just like everything was 100 times worse. So then we go back, we call up the hospital, and we're like, hey, we need help feeding her. She's losing weight. So then we go in the hospital, we weigh her, and she weighs the exact same weight as when they discharged her. So we're like, what's going on? And then we go back to the doctor's office, and they weigh her again, and they're like, oh, must be our scales were wrong. And I'm just like, hand to the face, like, come on. So it really gives you confidence in the healthcare system when they,
Oh, I bet. Well, I mean, did you have her at the local hospital, or did you go, outside?
Oh, we had her in Norwich.
Oh well, I was trying to refrain from that, but okay. I'll try to break.
Oh, we had her. We had her in this place. Yes, Norwich. We had her in Norwich. I don't care.
I just wasn't sure, man. I didn't know.
I give them a gold star review at Norwich. They did an excellent job. Bravo, all the nurses and the doctors. Everyone did a great job there. The other people,
I don't even have a kid, but like honestly, Doobie, his brother just had their first baby, and she lost a little over a pound, I think. But what the nurses and doctors said at Greenville Memorial, which is like, leaps and bounds better than anything we have around here. But they said essentially what it is, it's just waste. I don't know how many diapers she went through, at first, but yeah, it's basically her just getting all of the crap out of her system that was left in it, whenever she was born.
Yeah,
So
They said it was like perfectly normal, like, but I guess I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. It just was like, but so then you get home and you're like trying to take care of her. You're stressed out as it is. You're not sleeping,
Right.
and then you do stupid stuff like we have this bottle warmer, and I'm trying to figure out how to warm the bottle because, we got to make sure she's fed. So, so I get the bottle warmer out and I plug it in. I'm looking at it, like, how does this thing work? Do I just put the bottle? I don't read the instructions. Nobody does that. So
Right.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, what's that black thing in the center there? I'm like, kind of, is that like heating up? Is this warm? So I just put my finger in and just freaking sears my freaking middle finger.
Oh man.
Like, what am I doing? Oh, so my finger is all calloused and burnt. And
Hey, at least it wasn't a blender.
so yeah, so what it does is it heats up the bottom, and what you're supposed to do is pour water in it. So you pour water in it, makes steam, and heats it. So yeah, I figured that one out right quick.
I'm sorry. So you basically bought a pot and a stove condensed down into something called a bottle warmer.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
It's got this
Nice.
handy dandy little thing on the side. And you pour the water in. It's great. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So
a faucet almost.
Exactly. Basically, we bought a kitchen in a little tiny box. Yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
could probably bring that. And it'd be a good survivalist thing. Like you could do your dishes,
Cook some beans or
and
something.
cook your food, and do whatever you need to. There might be a
Boy.
dryer and a dishwasher in there too. Who knows?
Yeah, you just got to push all the buttons.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
what it does.
I'll crack it open and find it.
Oh man.
Yeah, but one of the other things for being a dad, I'm realizing is I'm still trying to do the gaming and all that stuff too, when I can. Especially
Yeah.
when she wakes up in the middle of the night. And, so I've had opportunities to play, and I sit there and I'm looking at all my games. And I'm just like, I don't want to play any of these. I've got like Witcher 3
Mhm.
and Fallout 4, like these brand new games I got halfway through and never even beat. And I'm like, I got all this time, and I just sit there. I'm like, I'm just gonna do Rocket League or Minecraft. Like, there's just this stupid stuff. So I've noticed, like, I don't know if I don't have, like, I'm being realistic here. Like, I know I don't have time to beat these, or
Yeah. I mean, you could probably find the time. Honestly, I started The Witcher 3. I might have put like 20 hours into it, and then I was like, yeah, this is a really great game. And then either somebody told me or I read somewhere that it has like over 200 hours of gameplay. And I was like, nope, done. Drop a controller, not even try. Because, man, I think the most I've ever put into a game is I put close to 100 hours into Skyrim when I had it on my PlayStation. And I did that in like probably 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I put a lot of hours into it. I did not stop playing that game when it came out.
it's like
I even
it's
took
like
days
drugs.
off of work.
You can't help it. You start going, you're like, I gotta keep going, and then you look at the clock and you're like, okay, I should really go to bed now, but I'm just gonna do this one quick thing. And it's like 11:30. I'm gonna try to be in bed by 12. I'll be all right. So then you go do the one quick thing, and then you look back at the clock. It's like 2:30. You're like, I got school tomorrow.
Dude, it's the worst, man. I mean, God, when I started playing The Witcher, I probably put like 9 or 10 hours into it in one day. And it was one of those situations where I like looked at the clock and it was like 8:30 or something like that. I was like, all right, I can play for like another hour and a half. And then I look back at the clock thinking like maybe an hour has gone by and it's almost 2 in the morning and I have to be up at 6 to be to work. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, so I like had to schedule myself like time to play the game so I didn't overplay the game. And then when I found out there's 200 hours in it, I was like, no, I can't be addicted to a video game again. That's just not allowed.
It's like not even fun when you gotta have that time where you can get addicted and immersed like that. I guess that's where I'm at. Like, I want to play The Witcher. Like, I had fun playing it. I want to play Fallout 4. I had fun playing that too. But it's like I don't have the time to put 5 hours into it like I used to. Like, I just don't. I gotta break my game into sessions into like 45 minutes of whatever. So the other stuff happens to fit a little bit better than that, I guess. But
Right. Well, see, what you should try to do is like, especially with like the Fallouts and stuff like that, you should try to maybe do like one mission, like get one mission done, and then maybe find a bobblehead. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do one though. Like, this is.
But think about it.
This is why I can't pick it up, because like I know too much.
Yeah. I know too much.
I can't help it.
It's I don't know, man. That's why I usually stick with music. Although I can't really say anything about that either because I'll sit down. Like literally, I got home today. I want to say probably about 5 o'clock. Went upstairs, took a shower real quick, came back downstairs. Uh, and well, I mean, I helped Doobie move some of his stuff because he's moving over to Dustin's place, and
Yep.
then Brittany's moving in this weekend. But anyway, when everything was said and done, we were probably back here by 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there. I sat down and literally have not stopped recording until you called me, what, 15 minutes ago or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like, literally, I was just into it. And the only reason that I stopped was because you called. Like, I didn't even know what time it was. I had no idea. Nothing. You rang, and I was like, oh, it's only 7:30. And I looked at the clock. And, no, it's actually, like, pusher or closer to 8:30. Oh, okay.
Okay, there goes an hour of my life.
Yeah, right? Oh,
Well,
man.
I think when time goes that fast, though, you're doing something you enjoy. And
Oh,
it's
sure.
the shittiest thing is that stuff goes by quickly when you're having fun. And it's like it really should be the other way.
You're absolutely right because, like, okay, for instance, today at work, we had to drive to Waterloo, which is essentially an hour and some change away from where I live to do final grade on a house. Final grade is essentially, you treat the dirt that they pushed up around the foundation of the house. Well, you treat the foundation of the house, but you treat the dirt anyway. It's an hour and some change drive. Those drives feel like they take like 10 hours. So usually I have like a little Game Boy emulator on my phone. I'll play like Final Fantasy or something like that just to like try to kill the time while Doobie's like driving. And it's the worst, man.
Brutal.
And like I know like first world problems here, but like I gotta sit in a vehicle driving to my job where I
Gotta
make
sit-
decent money.
Yeah, it's got my AC going.
No, we don't even have AC though.
Oh.
That's one of the brutal parts. Like living in South Carolina without AC is probably, in my opinion, the worst thing that I could have do.
That's not good.
Well, and I'm not a hot person. Like I'm not like temperature wise. I hate heat, and when I'm dressed up in like multiple layers because that's my uniform, and I have to be in a car that's like 90 degrees and it's 90 plus degrees outside, and the only thing you have is the warm wind rushing in from these windows. Like,
Great.
it's, dude, swampy.
Everything's sticking to you. You're just
It's bad. You get out of the car.
and then you get to do your job.
Yeah,
Lucky for
exactly.
you.
Man, let's see. We had to do a French drain around a house, like a big, it was like a 4-bed, 3-bath, 3.5 bath, something like that house. Big old house. I mean, it's not huge, but it was a good sized house. And we were literally outside in the sun for 3 days. We moved. Well, I shoveled probably 2 or 3 tons of gravel.
Nice.
We had to dig up probably about a ton of dirt to get to the footer of the house.
Yeah, hard dirt or is that like loose dirt?
Oh, this is like clay.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the best.
It's wonderful. So basically, we're outside, and I'm ginger, by the way. All right, I am pale as
Daywalker.
pale could be, exactly. And this is actually the tannest I've ever been. I'm darker than Mackenzie right now. Mackenzie's my sister, by the way, for people that are listening. So she has like an olive, Greek type complexion. Like she tans very easily. I go out in the sun for 10 minutes and I burn. I'm actually tan right now. That's how long I was out in the sun. But like, I probably drank 2 gallons of water just the first day that we were out there, and I peed once that day. Dude, it was brutal. It's pays decent, you know what I mean? I can pay my bills and support my new mini family and whatever, but like, oh, dude, it's brutal.
So you gotta get that band going. You gotta get that band going.
That one-man band.
The Brandon Law Band. The
Hey, there you go.
mysterious masked man. If we're giving out that alias.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that anymore. I kind of wanted to do the whole like mysterious masked man and kind of do it like an art project, like the first video that I sent you where I'm driving around in my car.
I love
and,
that
like,
video.
I thought
I
it was
still
pretty
listen
cool
to that
too.
video.
See, the problem is that the quality is really, really lo-fi, and I know that's kind of like quote-unquote hipstery cool now, but I'm not into
Same,
lo-fi music. Well, I am to a certain degree, but not like super lo-fi, and that's kind of what that was. You know what I mean? I prefer... Okay, lo-fi is basically like if you were literally record your amp with like,
A cell phone.
basically that's exactly what it is. It's very like, yeah.
That's how I did all my music.
Right. Well, and see, you would probably be a master in the hipster scene.
Oh, dude, master right here.
Seriously. But yeah, no, I can't get into kind of really lo-fi music. I could do like, because what I have, I wouldn't say is like hi-fi, like radio perfect, but it sounds good in your car and it sounds decent in headphones. You know what I mean?
It sounded great when I listened to it earlier. So.
Well, and the funny thing is,
I thought the other stuff sounded good in my head. I'm not joking. I would take your music, I'd queue up the YouTube, I'd plug it in my audio jack on my phone, in my car, and I would go just listen to it, man. Just go cruising. It was like I was in the video almost. You're just driving around in the car. It wasn't nighttime. It was close enough. I'm still waiting on that CD, by the way.
No, look, trust me.
I will pay top dollar.
You don't have to pay anything. I love how you're like, oh, I'm gonna pay you money for that. You don't have to pay me money for that.
I want to though. I want to support one of my favorite artists.
Well, you know what you can do then? You can put the money into the podcast. We'll for every song that you want to quote unquote buy from me, we'll just put it into the podcast.
How's that? One. Okay.
That's right. We'll get a little jar and then we'll make it happen.
Sounds good. I go panhandling for the podcast.
I've thought about doing that actually because you can
maybe we could do a live show. We'll set up a laptop somewhere, and we'll on downtown Norwich, and it's got to be like, I don't know. We wouldn't want to do it during the day. Probably at night, like outside of a bar somewhere. You get the kind of the bar atmosphere in the background, and we could just set up a little booth, and we'll get like some construction paper, and we'll make a little nifty banner for the front of our table, and we'll just sit there and people will be like, oh, it'd be great publicity.
That would be great. Now, I take it in this scenario, I'm visiting you in Norwich.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got to go like outside Rita's or what are the real fine establishments in Norwich?
You have a Rita's? Wait, that's the ice cream place, right?
No. Rita's is formerly the other bar. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, okay.
The place that was the place before, that's the new place,
Yeah, in typical Norwich fashion.
That's the place where you go to the bathroom and they try to sell you heroin.
Nice, good stuff.
Yeah, so these are the people that are going to be... These are the people that potential listeners for our show. And we'll get a good 5-minute podcast in before the cops make us leave for panhandling.
There you go. Well, I mean, we could get a permit. How much is a permit to panhandle?
I don't know. We did panhandling before. Bill and I, we used to go around the bars at 11 o'clock when we were probably 16, 17. We'd just go outside the bars and Bill would bring his acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Actually, he had electric and he had a real small amp. We call it the ass amp. So he'd go around with the ass amp and he'd play music, or sometimes we'd bring the acoustic, and I just put my hat out and we just sat on the ground outside the bars and people would come out and the goal was to try to get $2 so we could buy 2 Arizona iced teas.
Nice.
That was the goal. Yeah.
Did you ever make that goal?
Oh yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, pretty much every time we went out, because Bill was good. Just start playing "Sweet Child of Mine" or something, or be like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, you go to one of those older people bars, not old, but you know what I'm saying, middle-aged people bars, and you start playing "Sweet Child of Mine" or "Back in Black" or something like that. Whoa, that's the song of my childhood.
Yeah, they're like, here you go, guys. They empty out all the change. Yeah,
take all the change in my pocket.
We get $5. You could buy a couple Arizona iced teas. I remember buying some
Andy
bar. Caps.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude. Gotta get them hot fries. I
remember them things. Man, for real though, I've seriously thought about doing that because you can make a serious amount of money, and it really would not be that hard for me to learn a couple cover songs and just sit on a corner and jam for an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I mean, hang on real quick. Can we pause it real quick?
Yeah. We'll go ahead.
Get Gizmo.
You're good. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
He's being a douche.
All right, break.
So pause it or stop?
No, just go ahead. Go ahead. Keep it rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll edit all this out.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Pardon the interruption. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. Please sit tight and enjoy some complimentary music.
So that was a commercial break.
Commercial break.
Thank you to Dick's Sporting Goods and
Careful, we don't want to get sued.
Clear American Organic, unsweetened, lightly flavored, lime-flavored water.
Yeah?
Yeah, special thank you to them.
Is that an actual thing?
Hashtag no sponsorship.
Oh, hashtag Yingling, because that's the only beer we have in the house right now.
Oh, good old Yingling. There you go. Yeah,
So what's the deal with that, if you don't mind me asking? Like, since the baby's around, are you gonna like just cut out the alcohols, or like?
There's been many a time I've wanted a drink. We don't have any in the house. We haven't had any in the house in a while. I think the last time I had some was when Chico came here. He brought some. So it's been a little while, and let me tell you, I've definitely wanted to partake.
Yeah.
Because it's been stressful.
Yeah, well, I can imagine. But like, what? Why no? Why?
I think we will. I think we will. Just
We're just waiting for like Emily to get all like healed up and stuff, so that way it's not tempting for her either.
probably. I mean, then she's breastfeeding, so we don't know about that. You know.
Oh, I mean, you definitely can't. No caffeine, no alcohol, none of that fun
Well,
stuff.
it depends who you talk to. Some will say you can, if you drink while you're breastfeeding, it's okay. Some people say. So I don't know. Who knows? I think we will at some point. We don't have any right now, so
Yeah,
that's
okay.
where we'll leave that off.
I feel you. I just wasn't sure if there was like an actual reason for it.
No, there's no reason. Like I'm sure if you come in November or whenever, we'll be able to get a little something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not too worried about that. I don't even really drink that much anymore. It's just basically that's what we have in the house, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll get something. Like I don't know, just haven't really gotten any. I guess I haven't really brought it up. It's just we don't have it, so I don't drink it.
Well, clearly you got something because there's a baby. Zing. But yeah. So anyway, back to business here. Anything else on the list?
Oh gee, I got rickrolled today.
You got rickrolled today.
I got rickrolled today. It was great. Well, it started off as like, oh, Breaking Bad coming back in 2017.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
it's got Aaron
great.
Guzman on the front.
They had a little trailer. They're like, oh, click on the trailer to see more. So I click on it, and then never gonna give you up. I was like, oh, and then I had to watch the video because I love that song.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me yesterday. I saw the picture of the picture. What is his name? Aaron Paul.
Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse. But anyway, I saw the picture of him like sitting there, and it's like, you know, oh, we couldn't leave you back, or we couldn't leave you, whatever.
Oh yeah, I wrote it down. Oh, some bad things don't come to an end.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that was the tagline. Like really roped me in, and I was like, oh, that's sick. So I clicked on the video, and then like, oh, you bastards.
I wanted it to be real so bad, so then I was like, kept looking on the internet. Is it real? Is it real? No, it's pretty much fake.
You know, I wonder if the studio actually like came up with all of that stuff just to see who would still be interested in like a Breaking Bad, you know, idea. Because if you think about it, like that's the only way to really do anything anymore is you kind of troll people with the idea of it and then see how many people got excited about it, how many people tweeted about it, how many, you know what I mean? And then you compile all of that data, and then it'll be on a spreadsheet, and it says, yeah, this is a pretty good idea.
That's actually probably much better than outright coming out and saying it, I guess. You know,
Right. Well, and if you think about it, like, nobody wants to take chances anymore. Like, that's flat out.
Can't
like,
be losing money.
Well, exactly. That's why, like, music today sucks. Movies today are mediocre. I mean, you have a few good ones that are thrown in.
Yeah, they're
there,
all
but
the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really only, like, and I'm not trying to sound, like, too hipstery here, but, like, it's really only, like, kind of independent musicians, independent movies, independent plays, things like that. Those are the ones that are actually worth watching and listening to and whatever, because there's just no substance in anything like that anymore.
Yeah. One thing we've been doing since Maya's been born is we've been watching a lot more movies and we're sitting on the couch and we're feeding her anyway, so you might as well do something while you're sitting there. So we rented 4 movies and which we never watch movies. So we're like, oh, well, we'll just get all these. And before we do, I go to IMDb and kind of look up the family like review thing, so you can kind of get an idea. So we don't really ever want to watch anything with like, you know, too much nudity or just cursing every other word.
Yeah,
I really don't care about cursing. Adley is like, so whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like
basically, don't let me around your child.
You've got a filter, right? Yeah.
I'm working on it, man. I'm sure having Lainey in the house, having a 5-year-old run around will definitely, yeah.
Because if you don't, she'll be saying it around other people, and then you'll look horrible. So
man, she called me out hard the other day. Like we were in a car, and I think somebody cut us off, and I don't remember exactly what I said. I was like, you fucking asshole or something like that. But like I caught myself saying it halfway through. And I kind of, like, bit my tongue, and then I looked at Brittany, and I was like, oh, God. And then, like, it's silent in the car for a second, and I'm, like, waiting for Lainey to say it. She's like, that's a bad word. Those are bad words. And I was just like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Shame on you.
Yes, and that's what I was like, oh, God, I'm so sorry. I know I was upset. I shouldn't have done that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it was just so funny. Like, Brittany and I were both like, just waiting for her to, like, say it.
Then you gotta say, but you see, this guy cut me off. This guy pulled the dick move.
Well,
I had to respond.
What I said was, that's more or less what I said. I was like, I'm sorry that guy surprised me, and when I get really surprised and scared, I tend to swear. My bad.
Yeah. So anyway, the movies we watched. We got a couple movies, and they all sucked. Except for one. Trumbo was good with Bryan Cranston. Yeah. Yeah, it was about the it was kind of a historical film. He was a writer back in like 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So he actually did a lot of movies, but like they kind of got blackmailed by people because he was a communist. But that was like the only good film. And the other three, I can't even remember what one of them was. I think we watched like 10 minutes of it. It was garbage. They're all garbage. Everything sucks. Everything's boring. Blah.
Yeah, well, hey, just be happy that you had your child after the Frozen catastrophe. Could you imagine having her around that time and having to watch it 9,000 times in a week?
I
want to watch it again! It's the 300th time!
We actually watched that. Emily and I watched that. Just because, I guess. I don't even know why. But we're like, oh, you want to get it? And I mean, Henry watched it. Henry has a soundtrack, so it was like,
well, of course,
if Henry can, I guess I can.
Of course, Henry. Okay, so everybody listening right now, this is the origin story of the Henry Lovers podcast. Okay, the Henry that was just mentioned, okay, is literally the idea of this podcast. Mike, do you want to kind of like fill people in so they can because you probably can tell it a little bit better than I can.
Henry. The origins of Henry? Are we going to delve into that?
Yeah, well, you might as well, like...
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Called Tennessee.
Well, even before Tennessee. Basically, Henry started when there was... I played Madden. Madden, probably 2000. And the Cowboys had a player named Henry, and he was just awful. He was just bad. But, I mean, now whatever. So then we played Xbox, and then we got this new guy, and we had these new recruits who had to train up, and one of them was Paul, and he was kind of not good at anything. So it was my task to make him into something, and I said, you know what, you can't kill anybody, you can't shoot anybody, so you're gonna grab the flag.
That sounds like
you're gonna be the flag bitch. So Henry's a character. That's about the best way I can say it, probably.
He's possibly the weirdest person I've ever met, and that's a lot coming from me.
Yeah. I mean, he's addicted to Dr. Pepper. He's got a Dr. Pepper tattoo on his upper leg that I've seen. And he also has your name tattooed on his ass. Just like Steve-O.
Yep.
And I don't recollect whether or not I've seen that one in real life or picture, But
Nah, I'm pretty sure at your bachelor party he like didn't pull down his pants, but he like pulled up his shorts or some weird shit.
yeah,
He was wearing like booty shorts or something.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't forget he didn't drink anything but Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like he literally drank like an entire 12 pack of Mike's Hard
I
Lemonade
think it was
at your bachelor
18. I
party.
think it was a pack and a half.
It was
by
something like that.
himself
It was ridiculous. But
in one
anyway,
day.
he woke up and wasn't hungover from the alcohol. He was hungover from the sugar in the fucking drink. He's like,
God
oh, my
love him.
teeth hurt. Well, no shit. You just drank 12 gallons of Kool-Aid that had alcohol in it.
Good old Henry. So yeah, Henry is kind of the guy. In honor of him, really.
Basically, well, see, and what it is the Henry lover, all right? Like, that phrase was kind of evolved from the cowboy player and Paul. Like, oh, what a Henry became the phrase to say, and then, oh, what a Henry lover. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes, you're entirely correct. You know, and, Henry would be, I guess, when you were that person, and Henry lover, I guess, is more or less you're associated with that person. So
Yep.
So I guess
So-
we're associated with Henry.
Well, I
And,
think
probably the listeners are probably Henry lovers too. I would guess at this point.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that they probably are, because if they've sat through like this long of our ramblings and they're like, hey, I like these guys, you're probably a Henry or a Henry lover, because
Okay.
honestly, like that's how it goes. You love a very strange, weird person that I don't know isn't societally accepted, probably.
Yeah. We'll have to tell some Henry stories, but probably not today.
No, I'm sure we have, but God, I've only met him like twice, I think, and that was within the same week's period, and I have a lot of stories already.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what else I have written down here. You know, one thing I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it. The new Radiohead song, the YouTube video for that, Burn the Witch.
Burn the Witch.
Yeah. If you have, I'm guessing you haven't seen it at this point. You should really check that out.
Yeah.
It's have you ever seen Moral Oral, the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
it looks
weird-
just like that. It's the whole claymation
Oh, it's a little claymation thing?
Oh yeah, it's great. But yeah, it looks entirely like that show. Like they probably got the same people to do it, but it just I listened to the song twice, and then I had to look up to see whether or not there are lyrics to the song. And there is lyrics. I couldn't tell. Like I just you're watching it and you're kind of enamored, whatever. I don't even know if I said that right.
No,
I don't care.
That's good.
But yeah, you're watching it and you're just really caught up in the video. You're like you can't look away. So people listening, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's great. And maybe next podcast we'll be able to get Brandon's hot take
Hey, there you go.
on the song.
Well, if you want kind of a hot take from me, actually, going back to the Rick Astley thing, have you heard his new music?
No.
Solid, man. Like, if
Is
you...
it?
Oh, God, yeah. If you look up... actually, it's really religiously inclined, too, so I think you'll probably dig it.
Nice.
But I forget exactly what he says in the song, but it's really, like, gospel-y, kind of soulful, but it's got, like, a really good kind of, like, pop blues feel to it.
Nice.
I can't remember the name of the song off the top of my head, but yeah, literally what it is, you type in Rick Astley new song or something like that, and you'll see like a kind of a black and white like concert pic or whatever, like the screen cap for it. And
Keep singing. I see it right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I probably can't do the internet and do this at the same time without my awesome computer crashing, but
Explode.
you know.
Boom. That'll be it. That'll be it. Blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, no, it's a killer song, and if anybody wants to check that out, it's nothing like the weird 80s kind of synth pop, like Never Gonna Give You Up. Or was that 80s or was that 90s?
It's gotta be 80s.
I would think so. It's either got to be late 80s or early 90s. I don't remember off the top of my head. But either way, it's nothing like that. It's definitely very kind of quote-unquote mature, very, like I said, kind of gospel-y, a lot of
Nice.
like religious undertones. It's really good.
Well,
But,
sounds good.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, that's really all I got for that, like, one specific song. Yeah, well, I'll definitely be a little bit more prepared next time. You know, this is a good little pilot episode.
That
but-
sounds good to me.
Yeah, I definitely don't have anything written down or anything that I can really think of off the top of my head.
Well, that's about all I got, all right? You want to call this a show?
Well, oh, actually, hold up. One thing.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I forgot. hold the phone. So I went to Florida this past
You
weekend.
did go to Florida.
Right.
Yeah, I want to hear about
Yes.
Florida.
Okay. So first of all, it's hot as balls, and I was reminded every second that I was outside why I left Florida to come back to South Carolina.
It's hot.
It's unbelievably hot, and the humidity is awful. You go outside and you're sweating for 5 seconds, which, by the way, I found another reason that I love Brittany is because she is also not heat tolerant. So, like, she went outside and just died. She looked miserable the whole time, and I felt awful. But at the same time, I couldn't think, like, I love you so much. This means that you're going to move to the mountains with me because it's cold in the mountains. But anyway.
Alaska!
Yeah. Oh, my God. That might be too cold. I don't know. Plus, that whole, like, 12 hours of nighttime. I don't know if I can do all that. But anyway. So, the whole trip was really good. I got to see my family. Your basic kind of trip. The best part about this was Alabama Shakes. If you don't know who the Alabama Shakes are, look them up, please. Because they are very much like an old school sound, but out of a new school group. Now, the lead, like the front woman, is Brittany Howard. She is an African American woman from Alabama. Oh my God. Dude, I thought she had power and soul, because I have one of their albums, their first album, actually. And I used to listen to it all the time. I thought that she had power on this album. When we saw her live, she, like, brought down the house, man. She killed it. Like, hands down, vocally, one of the best performances that I've ever been and ever seen. Like, and I've been to a lot of shows. But, oh my God. It was just sick, man. We brought my mom, too, so, like, because my mom's a really big Alabama Shakes fan. So it was me, Kenzie, my mom, and Brittany. And Ellen, I guess...
Was this, like, standing room only? Was this an arena?
No, it was amphitheater. So it was outside. So it wasn't awful. It wasn't, like, super, super hot, but it was really funny because my mom hasn't been to a show since the 80s when she actually, smoked pot and was kind of a hooligan. But, so I guess she just forgot that that's what people do. But there was seriously this dude that was probably, like, pushing 60s or in his 60s. And,
just toking away.
Oh, he was, man. He was wearing a Grateful Dead shirt and whatever else. He sits down, busts out his bowl, and he just starts, like, taking hits. And my mom is like, wrinkled nose, and, that smells so bad. And I'm like, Mom, look at him. You can't tell me that you didn't expect that at a concert from a guy.
Get him out of here.
Right.
Throw him to the curb.
Yeah.
We don't need his kind around here.
My mom is, like, just, like, every time he takes, like, a drag. Oh, and him and his wife, and, like, they're all just passing it back and forth and whatever. And she's
both hippy dippy people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it. Like I said, I've been to a million shows. You know what I mean? And that's just show etiquette. Not saying that I'm, like, in the middle, like, hey, pass me the joint. No, in fact, the last time that I went to Warped Tour, these kids sparked up in front of me, and first I asked them politely not to do it before they lit their joint, and they laughed at me. So whenever they lit their joint, I started a mosh pit, and they got their asses kicked. I warned you. I asked you very nicely to please move in the other direction. You laughed in my face, so here's some 400-pound guy's boot in your face. Merry Christmas. But anyway.
Oh, that's great.
So we're going to cap the story there. Brittany Howard was wonderful. Don't smoke a joint in front of me, especially if we're at a hardcore show, because I will start a mosh pit in front of you.
You'll get demolished.
Yo, you will get demolished. I've been demolished.
Did I tell you about the time when I went to Project Revolution in Syracuse?
Was that the one with like Linkin Park and all the?
Yeah, Linkin Park was there. My Chemical Romance, him, Take Back Sunday. But basically, I went to go see him. But I got Nick to go with me.
Yeah.
Our friend Nick, and there's a mosh pit, and I don't even know. Like, I've seen mosh pits in like YouTube videos, but this was more like a King of the Mountain, like, tough guy pit, I guess you could say. And
yeah.
Nick thought he would get involved, and this one
really?
guy that had a Syracuse lacrosse shirt on was freaking ripped, was just demolishing everybody. So Nick thought he'd be cool and shove him in the back.
Oh God.
And Nick ran away. But the guy like looked up and he was like kind of gazed around and then locked in and made eye contact with Nick and then just freaking just Goldberg spears him right to the ground.
Oh.
It was great.
See,
Nick tried to get up and like the guy like pinned him down to the ground and Nick's just trying to like scramble away. I'm just thinking like, what is going on?
What
is
a
that
dumbass.
like how do mosh pits work? Because
No,
that
okay.
doesn't seem like a thing.
They're
You're supposed to just kind of run into each other and not really like kill anybody, right?
Yeah. Okay, so there's etiquette to a mosh pit. I've been in plenty of mosh pits. I've been thrown around. You saw my pictures from Carolina Rebellion last year. Like, my back was
Yeah.
destroyed. Like, I had cuts and bruises and all kinds of other shit. So, yeah, basically there's an etiquette. Anytime you go to a hardcore show or anything like that, you have to watch your back and everybody else's back. If you accidentally kick somebody down or punch somebody down or something like that, you have to help them up. Like, you know what I mean? If there's a little dude in the pit, I mean, you don't spare him anything, obviously, but, you know, you still got to try to make sure that you don't, like, kick his face off. But yeah,
So are you
man.
trying to hurt people when this is going on?
No. You're just dancing, and then you getting hit is basically that's a part of it.
What do? You go there, flail your arms around?
Kind of. Well, okay. So like, there's different types of pits too. There's circle pits, which essentially everybody runs around in a circle. And, yeah. So the circle pit is like literally there's a group of people in the center, and they start running around circles around them, and that's pushing and jumping. And the same thing though. If somebody falls, you pick them back up. There's push pits, which is it sounds like is probably the one that you had seen, but it's essentially a bunch of giant motherfuckers like pushing each other around.
Yeah.
And then there's the mosh pits, which would be considered for like hardcore shows where kids like do the hardcore dancing and flail around like a crazy person. I'm not really one of those mosh pit guys because I've been kicked in the face before and it doesn't feel great. I'm more of a push pit guy where I can get in there and start kind of shoving people around and be aggressive or whatever. But at the same time, when you weigh like a $125, you have the big guys that are like laughing at you and literally pick you up and throw you and you just get crowd surfed away. But
Jeez.
But anyway, man, dude, I've crowd surfed and literally been like thrown up into the air and probably dropped 8 or 10 feet right on my head.
And when you do that, are people just just
you don't even really feel it, honestly, because
you don't feel there's nobody's sliding a cheeky finger up the.
Oh no! Oh, listen, if you're a woman,
Okay.
you got to be careful because man, there are some nasty motherfuckers that'll be trying to like grab your boobs, grab your butt. Like there's a lot of gross motherfuckers if you're a woman. But if you're a guy,
Okay.
man, nah, you're just a sweaty
I
dude.
hope you don't get that like one gay guy that's feeling a little frisky.
That's not how that works, man. Trust me.
That's how it works.
I've been to gay bars and I've been to metalcore shows. That's not how it
Take
goes.
you to a gay bar.
Look, we'll maybe save that story for another time because I think we're pushing the hour mark here. But
Okay.
But yeah, no. Just remind me next time. I'll try to write it down. The time that I went to
the
a gay bar.
The gay bar story. Are you all right?
The clip.
Listeners out there, if it doesn't get addressed, we're counting on you to hit us up at myspace.com / I don't know what our thing is.
I think it's Henry Lover's podcast.
Is it? I'm gonna look it up right now.
Well, let's do that, and we'll cut to another little whatever something, and I'll just wait for you to have that.
No. This is better. Yeah, Henry Lover's podcast.
Boom. All right.
Boom. That's it.
There we go.
With hyphens. Henry-Lovers-podcast.
Well, there you go. So there you go. You check that out, and just to let everybody know, that's actually going to be like the mecca for anything. Like if one of us says like, "Oh, I'll throw a picture up," or I'll throw a link to SoundCloud or something like that. That's usually where it's going to be. Because I don't know about you, man, but I don't know if I can handle all that Twitter nonsense.
Twitter.
I mean, maybe eventually, but like, I'm already social media retarded as it is. Like,
we'll be so rich and famous, we'll be able to hire people to do our Twitter.
Maybe. Yeah. That's the goal. That's the goal, to hire somebody to make a Twitter account and run it.
That's when we'll know we've made it.
Although I don't know, man, there are people that literally have that job for like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for like corporate companies.
Well, they do it like, you get to be like Pharrell's twiddle. It's all going downhill now.
That's right. Well, let's save ourselves and jump off this shit before it runs into the iceberg.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. So I am Brandon. Thank you for checking out our very first podcast. I hope that you stick around and check out some more of them.
Yeah. I'm Mike. Bye.
Take it easy.